If there's one thing you could be certain of in this life, it is death, taxes, and the Giants dominating Washington. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back in to another video. The Giants have won. The Giants win. The Giants scored an offensive touchdown. We won the Super Bowl. Now, I know. I got to calm it down a little bit. I have to slow it down. The Giants only scored 14 points against a team that gives up 29 points per game. I know. I think the biggest part of this game was the defense, though. I'm really happy that this team is playing like a football team, like an NFL football team is, okay? Collectively. And it's not just the defense picking up for the offense, or it's never the offense picking up for the defense, but you guys know what I'm saying. This Giants team is actually putting up numbers. There is actually no droughts, right? We've scored a first half touchdown. We've scored two, as a matter of fact. Okay, two first half touchdowns. And we've also have, I don't think we had a turnover in this game, if I'm not mistaken. But we did have multiple sacks. We had 6 sacks in this game. Count them, 6. The Giants just in this game surpassed the amount of sacks that they had the entire season up to this point, coming into this game with 5 sacks on the season. 4 of them were from Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't know who the other one was from, but they had 6 sacks of their own in this game against Washington. Tyrod Taylor, again, shows that he is more suitable to run this offense than a Daniel Jones, and I don't want to have this conversation over and over again, and every single time that I make a video about Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones. Like, I don't want to keep talking about Daniel Jones because he didn't even play in this game. But Tyrod is making $5 million a year this year. Daniel Jones is making $40 million a year this year, okay? Or on a yearly basis on his contract. His contract is not worth the production that a Tyrod Taylor is giving. Like, the difference is just not, it's not a good investment. All right, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say. I feel like Tyrod Taylor is not the better quarterback, but he is better for this situation. And moving forward, we have to start Daniel Jones because he is the guy that we signed. It's not like we're going to bench this guy. He has to be here for at least another 2 years. So when he's ready to come back, he will come back. But I'm not forcing anything. I'm not forcing Daniel Jones to come back off that neck injury unless I know 100% that he's ready to come back. Now let's talk about who we pushed the ball to the majority of the time. And Jalin Hyatt had probably a record amount of snaps today. He had a lot of snaps on offense. He hit a season high in targets today with 5 targets, 2 receptions, 75 yards. Now, that's not the best day he's had. That Arizona Cardinals game was 2 catches for 89 yards, but he had himself a good day, and he almost had a fantastic catch, a great catch, one-handed into the end zone in good coverage. He almost came down with that. I was extremely surprised. Like, when we look at Jalin Hyatt, yes, he's not a route runner. He's not a guy to use in short space. He's not a guy to make you miss in short space. We know what Jalin Hyatt is. He knows what he is. The coaching staff should know what he is. But one thing, you can say all these things about Jalin Hyatt, but one thing you can't say is that he can't catch the ball. This guy has really good hands. Now, just because you're not a good route runner, you're not good in short space, does not mean you can't catch the ball. He can catch the ball very, very well. He's not like Darius Slayton coming out where he had like a 50% catch rate, right? And he had bad hands, and it was 50-50 balls. He took 50-50 balls to a new level. It was like 50% that he catches them in open coverage. You could see that the Giants, especially Tyrod Taylor most specifically, targeted Jalin Hyatt and trusted him on third downs. Those 2 catches, I believe, were on third downs and to test the defense out. And I believe that big catch that he missed in the end zone was also on third down as well. Like, they were able to trust him and making those throws and attempting to do that. And I like that, man. I want to see more of that. Even when Daniel Jones comes back, I want to see more of that. Give your receivers a chance. The offensive line wasn't great. I haven't yet seen the pressure rate yet. If that comes out by the time I finish this video, then I'll put it up for you guys. But the offensive line, again, wasn't fantastic. They actually gave Tyrod Taylor a lot of time to throw again. But again, I think Tyrod Taylor just knows how to manipulate a pocket. He has great footwork, man. Great pocket awareness. It's not that he's a fantastic quarterback. It's just that he has a lot of experience. He's cooler under pressure. He's not shell-shocked. And I'm not throwing shots to Daniel Jones, but it is what it is. He's just not afraid of the pressure. He's not really, he has that sense of urgency, but you don't really see it in him. He has poise, a lot of poise in the pocket. And that's very refreshing to see from Tyrod Taylor. Like, he just sits there and waits for something to open up and makes the throw, and was pretty accurate. Had a bad miss to Wan'Dale Robinson on third down. I would say that was a pretty damn bad miss. But Wan'Dale is a shorter guy, understandable, but you can't, like, I'm sorry. I hold everybody accountable, bro. You got to make that throw. Saquon Barkley, again, was great. Again, don't let the yards per carry fool you. I know a lot of people want to see that 4 yards per carry and up, right, from a running back, from your star running back, but he got the necessary yards, man. He did what he had to do. 21 carries. I'm liking that they're giving Saquon the ball. They're not running away from the run anymore. I'm liking this. Stop running away from running the ball. But Saquon Barkley got his. 21 carries, 77 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. No touchdowns. He had a bad fumble. I mean, he tried to get those second effort yards, but he fumbled the ball, and that it got stripped right away. Deron Payne's a strong dude, huge guy, so understandable, but you just can't afford to fumble the ball in the red zone, man. Our red zone efficiency is already bad as it is. We don't need any more turnovers and missed opportunities there. Darren Waller was on fire today. He had a season high number of 98 yards today on, I believe it was 8 receptions or 9 receptions, could be wrong, or 7 or 8, 9, something like that. It doesn't matter. But 98 yards, almost 100. I think that is the most any Giants receiver has had, or Giants pass catcher has had throughout the season so far. I don't think we've had a 100-yard receiver yet. So that's good on Darren Waller. And one thing I loved about what we did with Darren Waller in this game is that we took advantage of the matchups. That's all we needed to do. Take advantage of the matchups. You know, you got a linebacker on Darren Waller. I think it was like Cody Barton before he got hurt, or David Mayo, one of these guys went out there and guarded Darren Waller on a crossing route. You better throw that, Tyrod. You better throw that. And you got to take advantage of matchups. They tried again that seam route into the end zone. It worked this time for a touchdown on National Tight Ends Day. So great job by Darren Waller there. And he was great. He was great in the short game. Great in the yards after the catch. Great slashing through the defensive zone. I mean, he was Darren Waller today. Defense played fantastic football. Again, this is their second straight game where they are absolutely killing it. All right, they didn't have a turnover, I don't believe, in this game, but they had 6 sacks collectively. We already talked about it. Micah McFadden had a half sack with Dexter Lawrence. He had, I think, a total number of 2 sacks. And then Kayvon Thibodeau had 1.5 sacks. Jason Pinnock had a sack. And I cannot believe if that's it. There was a turnover. Deontay Banks had his first career interception, and I believe that was in coverage on Terry McLaurin or John Dotson, whatever. He kind of baited that throw a little bit. The throw was bad. It was underthrown, hung in the air too long. Deontay Banks came down with it, and Banks had a good day. It was an up and down day. It was a rookie type day. He got exposed by Terry McLaurin twice, but for the most part, he held Terry McLaurin in check. For the most part, he also kept him out of the end zone in the last couple plays of the game. He was able to guard Terry McLaurin, and that's not an easy task, especially at the end of the game. This Giants team, and this is not something that the Giants defense does often. I know they're good. I know they're better than what the stats say, but this Giants team has not been one to force any team to 1-15 on third downs. This Giants defense held the Washington Commanders, who are pretty good offensively as far as like moving the ball downfield with Sam Howell, 1-15 on third down conversions. That is great football. That is how you win football games, man. That is how you win football games. And you got to take advantage of opportunities as well, man. I'm really disappointed. I'm really upset that Kayvon Thibodeau didn't have that pick 6, man. That would have been the dagger that would have won us the game, and that would have kept us from biting our nails at the end of the game, hoping that they did not tie the game. It would have been 21-7, and we would have won that game. But it would have been great for Kayvon Thibodeau to score that touchdown on the picks. It was easy. And a big part of that is Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is not that Dexter Lawrence wasn't back. Dexter Lawrence has been like one of the highest graded New York Giants this entire season so far. It's just that he's been constantly double teamed, even triple teamed at some point, and you know, nobody else was there to force any pressure as the entire offensive line was circling Dexter Lawrence. But you see today he had his best day of the season where he finally got himself a sack and had himself two total sacks, but it was like 3 different occasions where he had a sack, I believe, or 4 different occasions, I believe he had 2 half sacks, and then 1 full sack, I believe. Yes, he did. He had one. He shared one with Kayvon and shared one with Micah McFadden, and then also had a sack of his own. Dexter Lawrence had 8 pressures against Washington, which is a season high for him, and the most that he has had, the most pressures he's had since week 10 of the 2022 season. I have to go back and see what game that was, but we're talking even more pressure than that Minnesota playoff game that he was dominant in. And if you look at the double team rate that the Washington Commanders put on Dexter Lawrence, they only double teamed him 40.5% of the time, which is a season low for anybody on Dexter Lawrence this season, which is a big mistake. And 4 of those 8 pressures came from Nick Gates, who allowed those pressures. So not a good reunion, not a good comeback to MetLife Stadium for Nick Gates, and Dexter Lawrence punished him for leaving. But the Giants won 14-7 on to the Jets. The Jets are coming off a bye. I don't know if this is going to be a good game. I don't know if we're going to win this game. I really don't know what to make of it yet. We'll see what happens as the days goes on. But guys, make sure you guys be on the lookout for more content coming this week with the film reviews and maybe some other Giants related videos on this channel coming up soon. But that being said, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. The Giants won a football game. Let's go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!